Personally, one of the main reasons why I think that students are racking up so much debt in universities is not because they're taking out majors or degrees that are worthless, like in gender studies or art history degree, but I think it also has to do with the fact that now they're being forced to stay longer in the universities because they have to take general education courses that are pretty much little to no value. Now, I'm thinking it's like, well, Carlos, we need math and English. And yeah, I'll agree with that. We need to have some sort of math skills and English skills. But why do I have to take psychology? Why do I have to take, philosophy? Why do I have to take ethnic studies for some reason, right? Here's the thing, though. I have two cousins in Mexico. And when I asked them, like, well, how long do you usually guys stay in your careers, like in your majors, usually in your majors at school over there, in your universities? They say, well, usually it takes us like, what, 2 years at best? Because the only thing they have them learn, you know why they graduate so fast? Because when they go to college, all they focus on are the classes that are going to benefit their degrees. I'm a history major. I want to be a history teacher. You want to know what won't benefit me as a history teacher? Learning why Rene Descartes thought the way he did in philosophy. That's not going to benefit me. That's not going to benefit me at all. Or let's say why I don't know why Martin Luther King was black for some reason. I don't know, right? But a lot of courses are completely useless. Now, before you even think, well, Carlos, you're just being over dramatic. It's like, no. Here's why. Here's my time, my degree audit. Basically, these are all the courses that I've taken because of general ed. You want to know how many? I think you have to take like around 50 something units to complete all of your general education programs. But here's the thing though. You have to take general education. GEs, right? General education. That things that don't have to do, they don't benefit your major whatsoever. Okay? Here's the thing though. Because of these GEs, I've spent not 4 years in college, but 5 years. This is my 5th year. And I'm hopefully next semester is my last one because I'm sick and tired of paying for all of these GEs that don't benefit my major. And I think this is one of the reasons why students are getting racked up with debt because they're taking courses that are useless, don't benefit them at all. Okay, so let's go through and see. You can see how ridiculous it is. So the A requirement for the GEs. I've taken oral communications class, not part of my major. That's usually speech, public speaking. Written communication, beginning college writing. That's English 101. Yes, that I do agree with. We should have. We need to have some sort of literacy skills. Okay, critical thinking skills, essentials of argumentation. I think that one is essential. To some degree, even then, I still think that public speaking is a good skill too. I agree with the A requirements. Yes, I think those are good skills you need. Public speaking, because you need to speak in front of people. College writing, you need to learn how to write efficiently without making yourself look like a complete idiot. And essential of argumentation, you need to be able to argue, right? Or else you end up like those Antifa members who just beat you up because they don't have an argument. Now, let's look at the B requirements. Physical science, chemistry. I forgot everything what happened in chemistry already. The most recent one that I took was the chemistry lab, but after that I just threw it out. I couldn't care. Why am I taking this class? I don't know. Am I going to be making, nuclear bombs at home? It's like, I don't know. No, I don't need chemistry in my everyday life. I don't know why I'm taking this. Biological science, life science, biology 101. Why did I need this class? I don't know, but I forgot about it already. Mathematics, quantitative reasoning. I took Math 110, liberal arts mathematics. I'll tell you this right now. I have no idea what I learned from that class. No idea. Okay, and now the class that I have to take next semester is I'm probably taking is anthropology. Why am I taking anthropology when it doesn't benefit my major? I don't know. Right? Think about it. This is all the money I could have saved by not taking any of these classes in the B category. See what I mean? This is why I think that students are racking up debt. Not because colleges are ridiculously expensive, but because they're taking classes that don't benefit them at all. They basically stall their process in becoming and getting their degree. That is why. If I didn't have to take any of these classes, imagine all the money I could have saved. Imagine all the time I would have saved. Right? I don't remember any of this. I just wasted probably a year or two learning all of this just to pass it, and after that I just forgot about it. That's 2 years of my life wasted. Okay? Now, let's look at the C requirements. Arts and humanities. Introduction to the arts. Music 100. I forgot about it already. Sure, I listened to music. I actually used to be in the high school orchestra, and I wasn't the best, but I was pretty good. Now, when I actually started my first semester at this university as a music major, but I changed my mind. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not going to, this isn't a realistic thing. I'm not going to get a job in this. What is the demand for becoming a music performer? None. I was like, you know what? Let's be even practical. Let's be a history teacher. They need more history. Usually when it comes to the arts department in school, when there's a recession, arts are the first to go. So, you know what? I'm going to get something that's more sustainable. I'm going to be a history teacher. I like history. I always wanted to teach history anyways, right? Music is just the hobby. So the introduction to music. I forgot everything what they taught me already. Introduction to humanities. Philosophy 100. Like I said, I forgot what the hell I learned in that class. Music 300. History of jazz. forgot about it as well. World civilizations, origins of the world. This I actually need. This is actually part of my major. That's why I took it. But world civilizations, that I do need. That's actually benefits my major. So out of three out of 4 requirements, only one benefits my major in category C. Okay? Again, all the money I could have saved by not taking these useless courses. Okay? Let's look at D. Social sciences. Now these I do need because I actually need to get these to get into the credential program and graduate. Out of all of the categories, you know what benefits my major? All of them. Geography 100, global geography, economics, microeconomics. Yeah, because social sciences also involves political science and then also economics, not just history. History 110B, civilization since the 16th century. Then we have 170A and 170B, United States history. Then we have political science, American government and California government, right? And then we have economics 202, macroeconomics, and geography 332, the United States and Canada. Those I need. Out of the D category, I need all of those. That I'm okay with. Category E, lifelong learning and self-development. Education 320, that I need. That benefits my major. So that I do need. Cultural diversity, history of jazz 302, again, useless one. Geography 332, I do need. So yeah, that benefits me. And then in total, I need, 64 units, apparently minimum of 9 units in residence, 9. Room 55, apparently I need like 64, I guess, because I'm missing, I think, one more unit. No, it's like 56 or 64, I don't know, but I'm still missing one more unit. And I have general education, the upper division level. That's for me, right? Actually, not for me. I think it's general education over like that. That's upper level, 300 plus. Those courses, most of them I didn't even need. General education units, 51 units earned, and minimum of 51 units. That's the one I need. I have 61 right now. And because of what these students want, they want to add ethnic studies as a mandatory requirement for graduation. I'm thinking, you know what? The hell with it. Sure, let these students pay more money because the class they don't need, right? And these are all my major requirements. These are the classes that benefit my major, okay? Right? And after that, if fate allows it, hopefully I'll be able to graduate next year. Hopefully, right? But here's the thing. The article's from my newspaper, and it reads, students demand an ethnic studies requirement at CSUF. And this is why I think this is useless, because you're just basically making students stay longer at university, and they're racking up debt. Okay? Tuition alone at my university is like $3,000 per semester, $6,000 a year. Multiply that times 4, that's what? 24,000? 24,000, I think? 6 times 4 years, assuming that you actually do 15 units each semester. That's like what? 6 times 4 is 24, so you're racking up $24,000 in debt. Assuming that you're taking out all that debt and forgetting you don't have any grants or scholarships. Now, imagine if you're spending one more year at Cal State Fullerton because you have to take ethnic studies as a requirement. Now you're spending, well, what? Another year? 5 years? 6 times 30? Now you have $30,000 racked up in debt. And then they say, we need to cancel student debt. No, it's not. The canceling student debt isn't going to solve the problem. The problem is we're being forced to take a lot of useless classes that aren't going to benefit us in the adult world. Okay? Why does philosophy benefit me? I don't know. I forgot. I couldn't care less. Right? But that's the thing. We're being forced to take so many useless classes that don't benefit our majors. And then what? We wonder, why are these kids so much racked up in debt? Because you're forcing them to take classes in order to graduate. Right? But anyways, let's go on to the article. As the fate of ethnic studies requirement hangs on the decision of the Assembly Bill 1460, students at Cal State Fullerton chanted in solidarity of the requirement during last week's academic senate meeting. The bill will require CSUs to mandate one 3-unit course of ethnic studies as a graduation requirement. I'm already disagreeing with this. I think it's ridiculous, right? I mean, it really is. How does ethnic studies benefit my major? I have no idea. You want to be a doctor? Well, you have to take ethnic studies because apparently that's important to your major. No, it's not. No, it's not, right? What about you want to be an engineer? Well, you take ethnic studies, sir, because that's important. Nah, I'm good. Well, you have to, or else you won't graduate. Like, are you serious, really? You know what I mean? While many students are in support of the bill, I don't know what students are talking about, because I'm not. No one asked me. Administrators are hesitant because the state will make a decision on the university's and CSU's curriculum, which is an unprecedented event, according to Alexander Gradilla in the Academic Senate Vice Chair. People are uncomfortable with the idea of politically mandating the requirement, but people are in favor in general of having an ethnic studies requirement, Gradilla said. I'm not, but again, hopefully this doesn't take place until after I'm gone from school. That way I can be like, you know what, screw you suckers. I'm not going to have as much debt as you guys. You know what I mean? Anyways, keep going. In 1968, San Francisco State's Black Student Union led students and faculty in strikes and protests to implement an ethnic studies department. After 134 days of protests, clashes between police, and almost 700 arrests, the strike ended. In 1969, the College of Ethnic Students was created. According to Golden Gate Express, the student newspaper at San Francisco State University. The fight for the student ethnic studies that began over 50 years ago at San Francisco is still going on, and that says a lot, said Javi Rodriguez, a CSUF graduate student. Ethnic studies are needed because people need to learn the historical context of racism and how it impacts all of us. Oh, so now we know why. It's politically motivated, right? We need to learn about the history of racism, even though we have history for that. Like really, our history department at our school is being underfunded. They're taking funds from our history department because apparently ethnic studies is more important. How instead of learning about a sentimental version of racism, why don't we just learn the facts? This happened at this date, and this is why. Instead of saying white man bad, orange man bad, I can already tell why they want this. It's politically motivated. Okay, even some of our faculty at our history department, they're literally complaining that they're under-resourced, right? They're underfunded. They don't have the resources required, right? They have, their technology is outdated, right? The structure is outdated, right? They're thinking to themselves, why are we not funding history? And the most important things that we need to learn is history. Why things happen. How can we not repeat them? And this is the thing. There's a genuine quote that says, those who do not know their history are bound to repeat it. And that's true. Look at Hitler. Napoleon decided to invade Russia without any winter gear. You would expect that if Hitler knew his history at that point, he would have said, you know what? Let's wear winter gear. Hitler was like, nah, we will do fine. We are superior than the Russians. And you know what happened? A lot of Nazis died, which is good, of course. But here's the thing. If you don't know your history, you're going to repeat it. Hitler did the same stupid decision that Napoleon did. Probably like a century before. So, kind of makes you wonder, really? Really? Like, come on. Not even a century before, I'm talking, like a century, over 2 centuries ago, sorry. Napoleon was like, what, 1700s at best? 1800s? But, like, come on, really? But the thing is, like that, our history department at our school is underfunded. We literally, like, we literally have to lay off a lot of faculty, a lot of like lecturers who are not like part of the faculty. Most of the faculty at our school, at our department, is overworked and understaffed. Like really, like overworked and underfunded. Sorry, because a lot of the faculty members are getting pretty much, Sorry, sorry, just my phone number. Sorry, just my phone. But the point is, it's just a matter of simply saying, you know what? Maybe we should focus more on history than I don't know, maybe ethnic studies. But anyways, keep going. Chair of the Senate and Finance Professor Mark Stoss, I don't know how to pronounce that, said the main reason for the meeting was to provide feedback on the statewide academic senate and on how to implement ethnic studies requirement. Though a month has been given to collect input and finalize the university suggestions, the meeting was held one day before CSU's deadline to submit initial feedback. We tried to provide enough time to do what we could to get input, and our meetings are normally on Thursdays. We could not go off that type of schedule because senators tend to have this time free, Stowe said. Of the 3,120 members of the faculty and the 288 administrators who received the survey, 11% responded. During the meeting, the Academic Senate passed a resolution supporting the campus autonomy and implementing an ethnic studies requirement, as well as reviewed the feedback submitted by the faculty, administration, staff, and students on the matter. Over 30 minutes was spent debating the wording of the resolution and making amendments before approving the final product. The changes included an emphasis on the examination of oppression, racism, capitalism, patriarchy, and these related social justice movements in any ethnic studies course. Okay, so I'm going to be learning about the oppression of racism. White orange man bad. The oppression. The bad things about capitalism. Capitalism is bad. We need socialism, guys. This is the thing is that now I think that some of these colleges are starting to become a scam. Like really, like they're offering you all these useless classes to brainwash you and indoctrinate you. I'm surprised that I managed to go through 5 years of this nonsense and still come out centrist, right? I used to be a centrist, somewhat leaning, but this right here, this university, the one that I go to, not only did it not make me more leftist, but it pushed me more to the center. I was like, you guys are insane, right? Something is like, you guys are crazy. Now let's talk about the bad things about racism, bad things about capitalism, the patriarchy. It's ridiculous. We're wasting money on so we can make all these made up problems. America is so fantastic, so great. We have free speech. We get to do pretty much almost anything we want. Of course, the government wants to take care of all of those things. But the point is, we have choice. We have the right to choose who we want to be in here. And yet, for some reason, they think that's bad. Okay. But anyways, let's keep going. Multiple interjections of Claire Jenkins, the chief campus campus relations officer for Associated Students, asked to discuss student feedback before making any amendments to the language of the resolution. The Senate continued to address the wording of the resolution. If that's what it's in intent of our university, is that an ethnic studies requirement, what we're going to do with is our pathway. Then why are we not incorporating the feedback from the students, faculty, administration, everyone that filled out the surveys? Jenkins said. Janica Torres, a woman in gender studies minor, agreed with Jenkins. Gender studies, fantastic. What kind of job you're going to get with that? I feel like an excessive amount of time on wording, Torres said. This thing should have been a two-parter, and I feel like the student's voice should have been more prioritized. Student survey said, I skipped the paragraph. Student input was the last matter of business. Input was collected through an effort by ASI, which held various focus groups to hear how students felt about AB 1460. Student survey said that the way in which the effects of multiple forms of discrimination overlapped or intersect, especially in the experiences of those that are marginalized, was missing and should include religion, women, gender, and queer studies, as well as introduce Southwest Asian and North African studies, Jenkins said. Why? Okay, I'm just kidding. Queer studies. Are we studying queer people? What about Chicano studies? Are we studying Mexican people? You can just study me. I speak Spanish. I listen to some Mexican music. There, you just studied me. There you go. Right? What's the benefit of this? I really fail to see it. But let me know what you guys think about this. I don't know, because it's ridiculous. I think it's just racking up students' debts for some reason. I don't know. But anyways, keep going. So said. Okay, sorry, I skipped another paragraph again. Student leaders also brought up issues of shared governance, calling for for the academic senate to do what students have to say on ethnic studies requirement. Stowe said that he could not get through all the input because the Senate was rushed on time. Carlos Escobedo, an ethnic studies major, said that there was a lack of student voice at the meeting. The way the whole Senate is set up, there is very little avenues for student voice to be heard, and I feel like it's something that needs to be revamped, Escobedo said. And all this is just a bunch of mumbo jumbo stuff, like the meeting about it was a week and all some nonsense. And then I'm going to read you the concluding statement. After that, I'm going to close the video because I don't want to make this like a 20-30 minute video. One of the goals of ethnic studies is to get students inspired about their education, to get students to be involved in how the university makes decisions. Garcia said, it reminds us that we are accountable for making change. But like I said, whatever you want to implement ethnic studies, fine. But the thing is that they're making this mandatory, right? Okay, fine. The thing is a matter of choice. But here we're not given a choice. I wasn't given a choice to not take a GE for philosophy. I have to take a class that pretty much requires that GE. Okay, I wasn't given a choice. And this is why I think that by making GEs mandatory and adding more requirements to this, it's only going to make students be in universities longer, therefore racking up the debt. But let me know what you guys think about this. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notifications as well. That way you never miss an upload. And then once you subscribe, you're a returning subscriber. Hit the bookmark page, because apparently some of my notifications are going directly to spam. And if you do not wish to do any of those things, if you think this video is worthy of sharing, share with your friends on social media, your family, anyone who might be interested on this, because I think this is ridiculous. And also let me know if you agree with my argument that the reason why students are racking up a lot of debt is also because of general education, how mandatory it is. All right? Let me know what you guys think about this. I'll see you guys in a little bit in regards to the last segment of the article. This one's not going to be political. It's going to be regarding to Keanu Reeves. I was thinking, you know what? Instead of politics, let's end it up with some celebrity news. All right. So hope you guys can stick around for that. If you guys can, I'll see you guys in a little bit.